Do you have the feeling that the hashtags are broken and the Instagram Explore page just doesn't want to recommend your content anymore? Well, there could be some truth to that, but also you might have just overlooked some changes on the platform itself and the way that Instagram as a platform works as of 2020. So in this video, I'll go over some really interesting insights that I've gained researching my upcoming program called Instagram Black File, almost out of breath, with an Instagram insider. And it's going to be really interesting and it's going to be technical, but let's get into it. What's up, Dominators? My name is Dominik, and I hear it a lot. People saying, okay, Instagram is broken, the platform doesn't work anymore, the Explore page, I don't get shown on the Explore pages anymore, for example. And while there might be some truth to that, I actually think that there's a 10% chance that there's somebody messed up in the code and nobody actually knows what's going on. Truth is, the platform is changing. And here's the thing, it's not just the platform only changes because the way that people interact with the platform are changing. And this is what we're gonna get into in today's video, because I've talked to somebody who knows another somebody whose uncle is apparently an engineer at the AI department at Instagram. That, or the uncle is actually the person that I talked to, or it's an aunt. We'll never know. Usually I say take all the things that I say with a grain of salt, because a lot of things are just approximations that I do, researching in my agency and here right now at home. But this time for real, I talked to somebody and I hope I'm not going to cost anybody's job. First of all, obviously, and this is old news, that the Explore page recommendation system and that the hashtags are not a general thing anymore. We know that. It's old news. It's been like that for the past couple of years, probably 1.5 years. Meaning the Explore page is different for everybody, but this is old news. But here's the interesting insight. Obviously, because it's different for everybody, it has to figure out a way to rank things. It has to figure out a way to make user experience the best on the platform. And obviously they have a system that ranks which content is gonna be on this Explore page, which content is gonna be on this Explore page. But here's the really interesting insight, and I didn't even think about that before, even though it makes a lot of sense. This person told me that there's billions of data coming in every day, pretty much, different photos, and there's a lot of different niches out there. Person said niches, but I say niches out there. And, for example, there's a niche for black coffee mugs. There's a niche with AirPods that are lying on a flat coffee mug or lying inside a coffee. Obviously, there's a lot of different niche. Come on. And here's the interesting thing. The system does not rank individual posts as categories, as niches. It actually tracks the thing at an account level, as they say, meaning they track your account, they figure out, okay, this is more or less your niche, that's it. So this is why, actually, my friends, I always say that please stay within one niche, because the algorithm's gonna get confused. But now we actually have proof for that. So basically what the system does is they're gonna track one account, they're gonna see, okay, what are similar accounts? This is this one niche. We're gonna take a look at people who like similar accounts, usually even in the same session, which is something interesting that he told me. They track, for example, one session, somebody goes inside the Instagram app, right now, there's a llama. Okay, I go in there, there's a llama, I like a llama post, and in this very session, apparently they figured out if I like a llama right now, chances are high that I like similar accounts to this very thing in the same session. This is how they're gonna track this, but I don't want to confuse you too much. So what does this mean in real talk? How does it work? What can you do with this information? That's probably gonna confuse you too much right now. Here's the thing. Do competitor research. Check what your competitors are doing. Check what might be working for them. Try to replicate that, Chances are, if you have some similar content, I'm not telling you to actually copy things, but, get inspired by competitors where you can see, okay, wow. Okay, for example, you go in the Explore page and you see this competitor is in my Explore page right now. Why? Maybe I could do a similar kind of post. Same goes for hashtags, actually, because the hashtag algorithms are apparently really, really similar to that of the Explore page algorithms. So go to your competitors, check their posts, and check out, okay, what kind of hashtags do they use? Where do they rank on the hashtags? And what kind of hashtags can I kind of use for myself and to be able to rank there as well? For example, using my favorite hashtag software called Hashtastic, you can go there, track your competitors, and actually see which were the hashtags that are used in the past month, for example, and then you can analyze those and kind of go from there and this is actually a very, very good idea to actually start into this whole hashtag research thing, especially at the beginning if you don't know where to begin. Another thing that's very, very interesting, and just this person, this uncle, didn't tell me too much, obviously. Apparently, there's some sort of filter in place that kind of checks whether the post itself is eligible to be ranked on the Explore page or not, and on the hashtag pages or not. And just let that sit for a while, my friend. I know people say, Instagram says, okay, this is not the shadow ban, and obviously they don't have a switch where it says, okay, this person's shadow banned or not, but there's multiple factors coming into play, multiple factors that kind of determine whether you as a whole account or just some posts of yours or just some features of yours are kind of not deemed to be worthy of featured in the Explore pages or hashtag pages. But just think about that. I've also seen some Facebook developer post about the AI talk about this very thing, and apparently every user out there has a set of posts where the algorithm already knows these posts could potentially end up in the Explore page, while these posts cannot end up being in the Explore page. I tried to figure out what exactly these metrics are because, well, that would be really interesting to know, but couldn't really figure that out. Nobody told me. Uncle didn't tell me, but hard guesses here. Probably, first of all, the anti-spam mechanism is this user trying to inflate engagement, because this is a huge issue as well on the Instagram platform, and this is what they talk all the time in recent press releases. So probably this comes into play, which is another thing that I kind of tried to talk about with this person. It was about the abuse system with people, using bots, with people using engagement groups and stuff like this. And yes, obviously they know about this, so don't blame me for actually bringing this up. But basically they told me the way their algorithms work, and there's multiple algorithms working against each other all the time, is basically they have advanced tools that predict user behavior, that predict how user flow is going to happen. And they use, millions of data points or thousands of data points, and they kind of predict user behavior as a whole. And this kind of contradicts the way of, power likes and other engagement inflating things, because these models actually know a lot, and these models kind of can see user behavior is not there because it's not real behavior. It's not a user flow usually. Anyway, another really interesting insight that I got was that apparently different actions, engagement actions, have a different weight in terms of being able to rank on Explore or hashtag. For example, apparently, say, likes are not really important anymore. We kind of could have guessed that because, likes are gone pretty much all over the world, except for Europe, but we have something else right now. So certain actions, for example, saves, are a lot more important in terms of being able to rank on the Explore page. And this is one thing where I think it could be one piece of the problem why people have engagement problems and why people feel like the Explore page doesn't work anymore, the hashtag pages doesn't work anymore, because they kind of take, and we're gonna make a video, a whole updated Instagram strategy video, according to these insights that I gotten probably in a few days. But basically, people still take likes as the go-to metrics for figuring out whether content works or not. And they kind of subconsciously or consciously optimize for that. They see, okay, I don't get a lot of likes, I get a lot of likes, that's it. But if they get a lot of saves or whatever, what are they gonna do? It's like, okay, nice, I have some saves, but they don't really think about creating content, specifically creating content based around getting more saves and stuff like this. And this might be a part of the problem why some people have engagement problems, because they take all these old methods about getting more likes and stuff like this, while in reality it doesn't really matter at all. User flow, user behavior, and basically what I kind of had a hunch about all the time, and what I've been trying to figure out and trying to tell you here on this channel. So concluding this whole thing, what does it tell us? Actually, first of all, there's a lot of parts of the algorithm, of the Instagram algorithms, that are super hard to understand, so hard to understand that I kind of had to switch off. But also that the whole system is kind of evolving towards being a really serious social media platform. It used to be this super simple photo sharing app, but these times are gone. And actually hearing about these things, about the algorithms, the way that people, about predicting user behavior and all of the other things, it actually reminded me a lot about YouTube, how this system works, where you can't game the system pretty much anymore on YouTube. It's about quality content, and this is another big part here. Quality content. What is quality content? another video coming up in the next couple of days, I guess, figuring out what quality content is in terms of the Instagram algorithm. So the concluding statement here is, if you want to use Instagram to your full advantage, if you want to win Instagram, you're gonna have to take it seriously. You're really gonna have to put in the effort. But if you do, you're gonna have a really nice time on there. You're gonna see what's up. By the way, don't forget to comment this video. As you might know, this is your payment for this video. You know, it's not free. I just want to tell you that. I'll see you in a couple of days. Don't forget to pay.